Thanks, Emma, for your very kind introduction. My name is Ouyang. I am the Vice President and Chief Technology Officer of JA Solar. Today, I'm going to give you a presentation on the topic of synergistic integration of solar and energy storage in global decarbonization. In the first part, I would like to give some insights on the essence and urgency of synergizing solar and energy storage. We know we have different sources of energy, including wind energy, thermal energy, solar energy, hydro energy, and others. So I want to distinguish energy between primary source and secondary source. The primary source usually covers the energies that directly from the nature. And usually these kind of energy resources are not stable and need stabilization. That's where energy storage, we call secondary energy source, play a role. When we combine primary energy, in particular like solar energy, which is also renewable, together with secondary energy, which is energy storage, we greatly improve the reliability of the grid, which means the energy supply is enhanced and stabilized. We could also reduce the cost, which we consider as a balance between the demand and supply. And we reduce the pressure of the grid as well, which means there's no very sharp peak and there is no very deep channel that we don't have to have a very costly infrastructure for the very big capacity of the grid. And of course, the driving energy industry upgrades and create new economic growth opportunities. And finally, we realize the goal of carbon emission neutralization and advancing the green development. The second part, I would like to introduce to you some cutting-edge solar and storage technologies. When we say advanced technologies, we talk about shaping the future of the PV industry. We have both hands, we're working on both hands. On the left side, we say technological breakthroughs through high efficiency. Efficiency is always the number one goal for our R&D and technology enhancement, which means when we have the same sunshine, we can get more electricity. And secondly, we want to, which is on the right-hand side, we want to enhance the application boundary expanded to multiple scenarios. So one is on the supply side, one is to satisfy the demand side. So only if we could work on both sides that we can say that the technology is well shaped for the industry. We know JA Solar is always at the cutting edge of PV industry. So from this picture, you can see some very major evolutionary technologies, solar cell technologies by time. I'm pretty sure you heard a lot of names, some of them or all of them. In JA Solar, as a tier 1 company, top company in the R&D center, we tried everything. We were one of the first companies to introduce PERC and pioneers on TOPCon, and we are prepared for HJT. And now we put a lot of effort on back contact cells. And in the future, we have Tandem cells, which we put perovskite on solar cell on top of silicon solar cell. And that's a long history. We can call it like a Morse curve of photovoltaics, where you can see the efficiency enhancement by time is almost a linear function. So far, we've achieved very high TOPCon efficiencies. This is the highlights of some of our results, right? Then we got the laboratory efficiency over 26%, certified by ISFH with very high open circuit voltage of 748 millivolts. In heterojunction cell, we have 270 megawatt testing line and a gigawatt level pilot production line. In the back contact technology, we've achieved a VOC above 745 millivolt. And on Tandem cell, on the small size, the laboratory efficiencies over 33%, which is also perhaps among top 5 in the world. All the technologies comes to a result which is our Deep Blue 4.0 Pro solar module. Now we can achieve 650 watt with efficiency more than 23.3%. As I introduced to you, the core is very high efficiency BiSim plus cells that we R&D and manufactured, and we use anti-acid encapsulant which protect the cell inside and ensure the reliability, and we also use the very high quality, low water penetration back sheets to avoid the water vapor from coming in. And also we use anti-dust frame to protect the module and ensure the power generation capacity in a dusty area, which I will talk a little bit more on the details in the next few slides. And some of the features that you may hear as a customers, like lightweight, reliability, power generation, and easy maintenance, and low irradiance performance, PID resistant, high bifacial rate. That's all the features we care about, and that's also that you will enjoy by using JA Solar's product. So, and the anti-dust frame that we designed will prevent dust from aggregation over a period of time with no water, no rain to wash off the dust. As you can see on the right-hand side, we put two type of modules, conventional modules up, and the anti-dust frame, the module with anti-dust frame at the bottom, we put it side by side, you can see the significant difference. And average per watt power generation, we increase the power by 6.13%. And if there's a long period of time with a rainfalls, the generation difference, the enhancement can be as much as 15.75%. I just introduced to you on the solar side. Now I want to discuss on the battery side, because today's topic is about integration of solar and storage. So we would be very happy to introduce to you our energy storage product, which is we call it Blue Planet, which is very suitable for commercial scenarios. The key features are very good TMS, temperature management system. So the temperature difference within the package is below 3 degrees centigrade. That could lower the energy consumption by 25%. And also, it's a very important safety feature. And on the power control system, the maximum power efficiency, the conversion efficiency from electricity in and electricity out is more than 99%. On a BMS, battery management system, we have very high precision SOX algorithm and full-time cell balancing to improve the cell consistency, which is very important for the longevity of the system. And last but not the least, It's a fire safety system. It's a very intelligent fire alarm system, active and passive multi-level fire suppression. And it's a package level detection and extinguishing. So it is a combination of the solar module and the barrage system that can make sure our system is working perfectly fine in the most extreme working conditions, like extreme cold, extreme hot, platoon, desert, and sea and offshore conditions. They represent different challenges, environmental stresses that you have to overcome. I don't want to go through all of them, but I just take maybe some of them. For example, extreme cold conditions is a great challenge for the solar that we have to use double layer coated glass and to make sure it doesn't crack. And we use dust and snow resistant frame to make sure there's nothing staying on the module. On the battery side, the battery usually hates extreme cold. So, but with our system, we ensure it works perfectly fine down to minus 40 degrees. And we have insulation treatment for containers wall treatment to make sure it can work very nicely in extreme cold conditions. And we have other conditions with different challenges on the temperature, insulation, and also IP55 control to avoid dust, and also corrosion resistance against the salt and mist as well. So it's a full combination of different technologies to provide the solution for different working scenarios. And part 3, PV and the energy storage integration solutions. So with all the technologies and all the features integrated, we introduced a full package of solution, which is a combination of energy storage and solar panel with different working scenarios, like from top down, and its container storage system for utility and large-scale ground-based applications. We have very high container-based energy storage with our solar panels, large solar panels. We call it 60-60-45. And with the commercial system, middle to small C&I system, we have which is like a refrigerator-sized energy storage system with our medium-sized solar panels working together. And there is a residential system, and we have a small either single-phase or three-phase split system, which is like a Lego pieces. So you can add as many or as little as you want for your energy storage requirement, and in conjunction with our solar panels, GEM 54D40, which is well suited for commercial system. And of course, for all the systems, we inbuild energy management systems like EMU1U, EMU, and SCADA for the large scale system solution. And takes the commercial application, for example, then you see that it's a fully integrated combination, and we decouple the electric storage and flexible adaptation. And very importantly, we use the liquid cooling and multi-layer fire protection to make sure it's very high efficient and very safe for commercial solutions. So that's the energy storage solutions. In the bigger vision is that we want to enhance the product and enhance the service. The product and the service work hand in hand to provide the high value energy storage power stations with ultimate safety, intelligent control, high economical efficiency, and great support intelligent operations and flexible O&M. A lot of details to make sure all the functionalities are realized for the customers. Some application scenarios in a commercial system, rooftop system, telecommunication, big data center, microgrid, PV charging station, etc. That's our typical working scenarios that JA Solar's solar plus energy storage system can provide solutions for energy demand. Some case study, we have PV sand control project in Inner Mongolia with 200 megawatt PV system plus 60 megawatt dash 120 megawatt hour energy storage system working perfectly fine since the end of 2022. And it'll reduce a lot of carbon emission and stabilize the grid, play a great role in that area. Another case study is the perfectly commercial solution in Yiwu distributed PV plus energy storage project, which is 5 megawatts with 10 megawatt hour battery system, 28 megawatt hour air source heat pump, and 2 megawatt BIPV. So it's even more integrated. It's BIPV with a heat pump and a battery system connected to the grid. So you can use both in on-grid and off-grid working scenarios. Again, it's working perfectly fine and well monitored every day, and the customer is very happy. And we have Yangzhou. It's relatively small system, but it's still working very nicely. It's a 0.744 megawatt system, dash 1.488 megawatt hour connected to the grid as well. So the future vision of a PV and solar integration is basically what the plot shows tells the full story, right? Traditional grid supply, they have the problem. The problem is that the demand and the supply is not always integrated very nicely, as what is shown on the second plot. The peak of the renewable energy, particularly solar energy generation, is not at the right phase compared with that of the energy supply. That mismatch create a lot of problems, either safety or economical, and provide a pressure to the grid, as I mentioned before. And if we combine the storage with the renewable energy generation, like the third plot, and you can see the curve of the demand and the supply meshed perfectly. So basically what we care about is the triangular relationship, is how we manage and adopt the user's load curve. And with the PV installation and the energy storage, we can increase the capacity and yield, and as financially profitability and ROI. So that's pretty much the conclusion of my talk today. We embark on a new era of all scenario innovation. We pushing the limit, we exploring the extreme of light, and please stay tuned for the even better things to come provided by JA Solar. Thank you.